Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Robert from New Writers Welcome and What is Love to You? So the channel is really about helping new people who have just joined Medium. I'm going to go through a list of some of the questions that are asked and answer them for you to help you along your way to an exciting venture of writing online. One of the questions that is normally asked is, should I self-publish or should I submit my article to a publication? So should you submit your article to a publication or should you self-publish? There's a good argument for both, and I'll try and take you through the steps. Self-publishing is a very interesting topic because it's a way of growing an audience where people are constantly coming back to your dedicated page, your dedicated stories, just to read about the topics that you're writing about. So in the long term, it's a very good way of building a hardcore following. When I joined Medium, one of the things that was hammered home on a lot of YouTube channels that I watched was you need to get yourself into a big publication. It was the holy grail. If you could just get one story into a big publication that had 30, 40, 50,000 readers and followers, you could make some serious cash just having one article featured. Since joining Medium, some of the big publications have closed, such as The Ascent, PS I Love You, to mention just two. So these publications used to be funded by Medium, and with the funding being stopped, they've chosen to close down. So are Medium publications closing? I don't know. I asked that question direct to Medium staff myself. Their answer was very intriguing. I'll link the article below when I wrote about the conclusion of my question to the Medium platform and their answer. It's well worth a read if you've got 2 or 3 minutes to do so. With Medium cutting funding to some of the larger publications, you're seeing some of those close down now. What does that mean for the rest of the publications on Medium? I believe Medium's trying to go down a more community route, with smaller publications having writers dedicated to specific topics. Some publications are now actually stopping taking on new writers. One that comes to mind, a fantastic publication called Writer's Blokke, run by Benny Lim. An absolutely fantastic publication. It was the one that I first submitted an article to and got accepted. Definitely worth checking them out. They've got some fantastic writers, some great stories, and definitely worth a follow. Go and check out Writer's Blokke. Now there are smaller publications on Medium like What is Love to You, like Globetrotters. They're two fantastic publications where you don't have a lot of writers, but what you do have is great quality of content. Globetrotters is all about travel, and What is Love to You, as the title suggests, is all about loving your life. So, should you actually submit an article to a publication? I would, yes, absolutely. When you submit an article to a publication and should it get accepted, you're basically exposing your story to all the followers of that publication. Now, whilst I'm sure every follower doesn't read every single article, you still will get a really good base of people that will look at your title. If it's enticing enough, if your picture draws them in, there's a very good chance that they will actually open your article and read it. That can lead to comments, that can lead to claps, engagement hopefully, and you might even pick up a few more followers for your personal profile also. So should you submit your article to a publication and it actually get accepted, your article will be potentially read by all the followers of that publication, but your article also will publish to your own blog as well. So for me it's a win-win. You get double exposure. One of the reasons that people don't like submitting articles to publications is because of the wait time. So often you can wait anything from a couple of hours to a couple of days to either receive some feedback or to get your article actually published. The editors of publications really dedicate their time. They spend hours and hours and hours online going through your articles and giving feedback and checking for plagiarism and spell checking and giving feedback on photos, etc., etc. They could be spending time with their friends and their family or writing articles themselves. So please do give editors their due. They do a fantastic job and they do it for free. One of the most frustrating things as an editor is constantly asking people to follow the rules of the publication. If I'm looking through 30, 40, 50 articles and I'm giving the same bit of feedback, please tag new writers welcome, please tag what is love to you, please add a subtitle. That's okay doing that just once or twice. But if you're doing that 40, 50 times a day, that can be really frustrating. Help take that frustration away, and please look at the submission rules before you submit to a publication. Help us to help you. So what's the quickest way to get your article published? Simply follow the rules. Look at the guidelines for that particular publication. Look at their submission rules. Have a look at what they're asking you to do. It may just be a simple case of tagging their publication or making sure that you've credited your picture. Maybe it's just adding a little subtitle. These few basic things could literally save editors hours per day, meaning your articles get published quicker. So if you get your article accepted in a big publication, does that guarantee success? No, it doesn't, I'm afraid. What really helps with your success is building a strong following and getting people to buy into your actual articles. What big publications will help you with is exposure. A lot of followers will see your articles, but that doesn't necessarily mean to say they're going to click on it and read it. Always make sure that you have a really good title to entice people in. Make sure it's not misleading. If the title has nothing to do with the content, you're going to lose credibility and followers very, very fast. But a very good title to draw people in is always the first step to getting readers to look at your article. Once a reader clicks onto your article, you've probably got 5 to 10 seconds to draw that person into reading the rest of the content. So having a really good first paragraph is paramount to that reader continuing on with the rest of the story. Please think about the reader when you're writing an article. Do people really care what you've just had for tea or your first 2 days on Medium? At that stage, like I was, we're insignificant. 2 days on Medium, a week on Medium, a month on Medium, we're insignificant. People don't really want to read that sort of content. Yes, you might get a few clicking in because they're new to Medium also, but again, what you're trying to do is build an established audience for the future. So you need to quickly get away from that type of article and write some good content that you're passionate about. Write about your passion because it will come through in your writing. People will engage with you and it will serve you well in the long term. Some of the articles that I see, and there's absolutely no way I'm going to click on, is things like how I made $10,000 this month, or how to get rich really quick, or follow these simple steps and get 10,000 followers in 2 minutes. Well, it's rubbish. Don't even bother. Nobody believes that crap. A bit of advice I would give, and I was definitely guilty of this when I first joined Medium, is begging for claps, likes, comments, follow for follow. People are just so fed up of those type of articles. It's not good to beg. You want to grow your audience through absolutely outstanding articles, great content, and get people wanting more from you. Please don't beg. It's not good.